Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. In this video, we are talking about the slopes, specifically slopes from a line off of a graph. As always, disclaimer time, if I make a mistake, I am human. Let me know where the mistake occurs so that way I may learn from it. You may learn from my mistakes and you don't have to make your own. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is 4 types of slopes. So these are the 4 types you're going to be seeing. Now, the first 2 are, you're probably going to be seeing this maybe 90% of the time. However, you still need to know the other 2 because you will be tested on it and it does come up. You need to know why these things occur. So when we are talking about a positive slope, so a slope is a rate of change. Okay, let me write that in. So how things change is slope. So when we're looking at if we're looking at a line on a graph and we're talking about slope, we're saying, how does it change? How does the line either go up, go down, doesn't go anywhere? Like what's happening with the line? So if we're talking about a positive slope, I'm going to draw a line here real quick. A positive slope is a slope that goes up. So we are going up. So imagine, it's going to seem silly just a little bit, but don't worry about it. Imagine you are on in a car. So imagine you're going in the car and the car is going uphill. So if you are going uphill, you have a positive slope. So you're going up, you have a positive slope. Now the opposite is true for a negative slope. So if we are going downhill, that means that your slope is negative. So here's your little car, and it's going downhill. This one's going uphill. So again, uphill, you have a positive slope. Downhill, you have a negative slope. These are going to be the 2 most common ones that you're going to see. Now, there are 2 other ones. There's a slope of 0 and a slope of undefined. So how does a slope of 0 look like? I'm going to draw a line. And a slope of 0 is a horizontal line. Doesn't matter where that line is. It can be down here, it can be here. As long as it is horizontal, your slope is 0. Now, the reason being that if we take our little car for an example, if you have a vehicle and it's just sitting there, like it's a car that's parked, it's not going to go anywhere. Right? The speed of that car, if it's just sitting there parked, doesn't go anywhere. Another way that you can think of this 0 slope, I'm going to do it here right above. So let's say I'll use a different color. So let's say we have our line here. If you can make a Z out of it, that means your slope is 0. Just a trick. I'm trying to find a pencil here. So I'm going to make a Z out of it, just like that. And that is an undefined, that is a 0 slope. Take that back. That is a 0 slope, Z for 0. Now the reason it is 0 because you're going to learn rise over run. Rise means how much do we go up to reach our next point. Because this is a horizontal line, our rise is 0. We're going to have a number on the bottom, but our rise is 0. So because our 0 is on top, we have a 0 slope. Now let's talk about undefined. It's kind of, again, the opposite. So if we had a 0 slope that is a horizontal line, our undefined slope will be a vertical line. Now this time, again, the question is how much do we go up? Well, we go up and we keep going up. However, we don't ever go to the right or left. We just keep going up. So because we always keep going up, we do not go to the right and left. We have a 0 in the denominator. What you're going to learn is that the world explodes when you have a 0 in the denominator. It can't happen. Okay, it's undefined. It can't happen. So again, let's do our little car. If a car is driving and it drives off of a cliff and it falls all the way down, you're going to end up with I'll be a little extra here, with a car that you don't want, right? It's going to be people are going to be dead inside and everything, you know? So if you have a vertical line, imagine that car just completely falling down and crashing and exploding. So the slope is undefined. Let's do a little quick recap. We have a positive slope if the car is going uphill. We have a negative slope if the car is going downhill. We have a 0 slope if the car is parked and not moving on a horizontal line. The 0 is on top. If we have it undefined, that means the car has driven off a cliff and is falling down vertically with a 0 in the denominator, and that's an undefined slope. All right, beautiful people, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. It's going to be a very short clip, and then we're going to continue in our next video on how to actually find what the slope is numerically with numbers.